Warning, 30 Screams or Less may contain spoilers about movies that have recently been released. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch it, come back, and enjoy the show. Or, if you don't want to waste your time watching the movie and rather have two random horror dudes watch it for you, we got you covered as well. Welcome everyone to 30 Screams or Less, a horror movie podcast where we review horror movies in 30 minutes or less. Today's movie we're going to be reviewing is called Your Host. It's directed by DW Medoff, written by Joey Miller, starring Jackie Earle Haley as Barry, Ella-Rae Smith as Anita, Jamie Flatters as James, David Englund as Matthew, and Joelle Ray as Melissa. The plot of the movie is four friends get trapped in a sadistic game show, forced to outwit a twisted serial killer while racing against time. Every move brings them closer to freedom or a gruesome fate. All right, Corey, true horror story. Looked in the mirror this morning, my beard an absolute nightmare. Dry, wild, looked like it clawed its way out of a crypt.
That's terrifying, man. Did you hit it with that beard octane?
Oh yeah, beard wash, conditioner, beard oil brought it back from the dead.
Fellas, don't let your beard turn into a creature feature. Keep it alive and kicking with Beard Octane.
And right now, hit beardoctane.com, use code 30screams10, get 10% off. Save some cash and save your beard from becoming a horror show.
Bad beard day? We've had plenty. Beard Octane's the fix. We swear by it.
Silver Scream Con 4 returns to Worcester, Mass. this September 12th through the 14th at the DCU Center. Matthew Lillard, Rose McGowan, Skeet Ulrich, Roger L. Jackson, David Howard Thornton, Damian Leone, Samantha Scafidi, Catherine Corcoran, Leah Boise, Kane Hodder, Tyler Main, Ken Kersinger, Will Sandin, and more. Get your tickets, RIP, and weekend passes now at silverscreamcon.com.
30 Screams or Less starts now. Corey, what did you think of Your Host?
When I first saw the trailer, I was bracing myself for a full-on Saw ripoff. And sure, some of the set gave off the same vibes that franchise does, but this movie actually carved out its own identity. Plus, Jackie Earle Haley could make reading a grocery list terrifying. He is a criminally underrated actor, and this film proves it.
Dude, this guy, you're right. He's criminally underrated. He's so fucking good. He's got that menacing voice of his. It just carries. He's got so much presence when he's on the screen. He's a scene stealer.
Yep.
Whenever he's in a movie. Like, him as Rorschach in Watchmen.
Dude, I love that.
He was amazing in that.
And as much as I hated it, he was a really good Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, he was pretty decent, Freddy Krueger. Also, he was in the new RoboCop remake, and he played like one of the main bad guys in it. And he was great as that, too. Like, I feel like this guy is overall a damn good actor, and he was handed this movie clearly like, I mean, you went in thinking like, oh, geez, okay, well, we'll see how this goes. And it was so fucking good. It was so damn good. I did not expect it to be that good. It had no right being that good.
Nope, not at all. Especially like I was saying initially, I fully expected it to be a Saw ripoff.
Same thing. I saw some of like the clips and stuff like that. I'm like, oh God, here we go. And you're right. There are some Saw vibes to it solely because of the, let's play a game deal. Because anytime someone thinks like horror movie and some sort of twisted game, they automatically go back to Saw, which it's fair because Saw basically, I don't want to say created the genre, but kind of put a stamp on it, right?
I think you're right. It kind of did create it because before this, you weren't seeing movies about people being thrown in a room and being tortured for whatever reason. Yeah. I feel like Saw kind of created the genre of torture.
Okay, all right. A genre of game torture.
Yeah.
Game torture. Okay. So this was a game torture movie, or people like to say a torture porn, basically. And man, there were some parts in this that I was fucking cringing like you wouldn't believe. And when you're watching a horror movie, you kind of want that. Usually, like you and I, we'll watch these movies and we'll just be like, yeah, that's cool. And nothing really phases us. The eye thing, that really fucking phased me. Not a fan.
Oh my God, I knew you were going to freak out.
Oh God. Oh my God. So I think before we even get to that, we kind of just need to start off. So you have these four friends, and it's the same thing at pretty much every horror movie trope. Four friends, they go to a cabin in the woods, but this is more of like a fancy lake house. So they go to this lake house. They're fucking raging it up, man. They do so much raging in like the fucking few hours they're there that I'm like, shit, I want to be able to party that hard. Nope, I'm 43 now. That's a tough break.
I know, and like that whole rage, like party raging thing they did in the beginning, I'm like, this James motherfucker needs to die, like right now.
Yep. And James sucks. He sucks, but I'm going to say something ridiculous here. He may have been my favorite once he got into the room where everyone is chained up, because he did not fucking care. He was like, I'm just going to kick your fucking ass. And then like shit would happen to him and he would just suck it up.
Yeah, he gets his ass kicked the whole movie.
Yep.
It's great.
And he's just like...
It's satisfying too, because he's such a prick to everyone else.
Yep. And it's funny, like the thing that he did was probably the least bad out of all of them.
I don't even remember the reasoning that he was there. Now you bring that up.
I had a question about that too later on in the film, and it was maybe it was just wrong place, wrong time for these people.
Well, we got to back it up though, because we haven't explained what the motive is for Barry yet.
Right, which we find out later on in the film, and hey, I don't blame him.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be something similar to what Jigsaw does. He kidnaps people who've done bad things in their life.
Yep.
Which is kind of what Barry does. Mm-hmm. But he's kidnapping people like, was it Anita? Like she fucks him over bad.
Oh, real bad.
And then everyone else ends up paying for it, essentially. Because they're all together at the same place at the same time when he captures her.
Yes. So collateral damage, basically. Wrong place, wrong time. His target obviously is Anita. But how the fuck did he know they were all going to be at that lake house or whatever?
I don't know.
Yeah, movie magic.
And what did he MDMA them all or whatever the hell Dexter uses?
Yeah, something like that. Knocked them all out with a needle. And initially I'm thinking, oh, is James behind this? Like, is he going to have like a little role in this whole situation? But no, we find that out pretty quick that he's not part of the game because he got his finger cut off almost immediately.
Oh my God. That whole rock, paper, scissors scene was so intense because you know someone's about to lose a finger.
Yep. Well, let's take a step back. It's not just rock, paper, scissors. It's rock, paper, scissors, gun, or shoot.
Shoot, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, he's playing rock, paper, scissors with them, and he does a gun. He's like, oh, I cheated. And then that's when someone gets fucked up. Which...
But I specifically love this scene, too, because it's not any secret about what's about to happen, because we see Barry grab a pair of gardening shears, and you're like, uh-oh. Yep. Somebody's about to lose a digit.
Yeah.
Like,
and it happens.
And then it happens. But the tension that they built in this scene, even though you and I as viewers knew what was about to happen, I don't know. I thought they just did a really good job. It wasn't a surprise. You knew someone was about to lose a finger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I kind of saw it coming, to be honest. Like, because rock, paper, scissors, there's going to be weapons involved. They're in this room with a psychopath. Obviously, it's not a simple rock, paper, scissors game. He's going to cut someone. He's going to fucking use a rock. And paper was a nightmare. He just used a card and did like a cut in someone's mouth. Oh, Corey, you've seen it in deathmatch wrestling.
Yeah, the good old paper cut across the lip, like the corners of the mouth.
Yeah. Oh, God. Paper cutting like on the corners of the mouth. Brutal. It's not even like the worst of things that happened in the movie, naturally, but it's still like, unbearable to watch. So we should take another step back. Because when they get to this lake house or whatever, they find this camera in the woods. And they're not suspicious of this thing really at all. James is like, hey, it's probably my parents' fucking sex tape. And I'm like, I don't know about that, dude. And he's like, let's watch it. He's all about it. He's like, oh, it's my fucking parents fucking. He's a fucking weirdo, that one. So, yeah, this camera's just fucking hanging out in the woods. And they bring it inside. So naturally... we have to assume that this camera is set up for a reason and that the main killer is actually filming them or at least trying to get them to go outside, something like that. But they bring it inside. Nothing really happens with the camera until a little bit where Matthew actually sees the camera on when they turned it off. And that's when he's getting this idea that maybe someone's there. And then we see my favorite thing, or one of my favorite things, of background shit, which... I love.
Yeah, I wrote that in my notes. I said background stuff. Steve just freaked out.
Yep, I just freaked out. I was like, yeah. I mean, a little more pronounced than usual. Like, it's no Hereditary where the girl is like in the main focus and all of a sudden you see like this fucking blurry person climbing up a wall. It's nothing like that. So you at least see a little bit more like focus on the background. And that's fine. You know, I still enjoy it. So this is where he basically went through and he knocked everyone out, injected them with, what did you call it, MDMA?
It was something Dexter used.
Yeah, well, it was horse tranquilizer, right? Is that what it is?
Hold on, I'm going to Google it. M99.
M99.
Typically used in veterinary medicine to immobilize large animals.
Okay.
So let's just assume it was the same stuff.
Okay. So let's assume it's the same stuff as the show Dexter. M99, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, M99. So this killer's probably going around injecting them all with M99. And then Matthew, he's walking through the house. He's trying to wake them up. And obviously they're not fucking waking up at all. And then eventually he gets stabbed in the neck with a needle by the host. And then we make it into the room and they're all introduced to the host. He's got this like fake crowd behind him, which is really just a bunch of dolls or mannequins all set up looking ridiculous.
Dude, when I first saw this, I'm like, this guy's got dead people propped up in the background wearing masks or something, but we do get a close-up of it and it's clearly just like mannequins or something, like you said.
Yeah. Oh man, that would have been fucking wild if it was all just a bunch of dead people.
Yeah,
that would have been some. Yeah, I would have loved that. That would have been some Texas Chainsaw Massacre shit. I mean, he's killed enough people to to justify it. So that didn't happen, but man, that would have added to it, and that didn't take away from the movie at all. It's clearly showing when you have those like dolls and mannequins behind them, and he's talking to them as if they're an audience.
Yeah, actual spectators.
Yeah, actual spectators.
Reminded me of like sort of like Jerry Springer.
Yes, exactly. And at that point, that's when you know, okay, he's clearly lost his fucking mind. If he thinks these are actual people and he's filming all this stuff thinking that people are really just watching it, no one's watching. So it's just him, these random dolls, and this group of 4 people, which are contestants to basically no one. And he's the producer, he's the host, he's fucking everything of this whole thing. Yeah, so we do the rock, paper, scissors. That was gnarly. And then we start getting into Admit It. That's the name of the game, called Admit It.
Yeah.
Which was fucking wild because you're thinking these aren't really that bad people. They are fucking nightmare people because Matthew, he's scamming people out of money online. James, he did your typical trust fund baby shit where he killed someone in a car accident and got away with it. We've seen it before. Like even in Dexter, we saw one of those trust fund babies kill someone on a boat, get away with it because daddy's rich.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So James did that shit, that typical shit. Melissa, selling dogs for dog fighting.
Didn't she say she got into it to like rescue or something?
Yeah,
and
to
she
try
ended up
to
just selling them.
Yeah, because they were gonna die anyways. They're gonna be put to death anyways, and they made a lot of money off that to put towards the shelter.
Oh yeah, dude, she got fucked up.
Oh yeah, she got it worse than everyone in my opinion.
She deserved it though. Fuck her.
Yeah, and then you have Anita, who's like, "Oh, I did an OnlyFans." Basically, it's like, no,
but she
something's up.
Did an OnlyFans, and her reasoning was so she could save her mother,
right?
Who allegedly has cancer.
Yeah, and the host knew that she was lying. He could just tell, and obviously, like, we don't know that just yet. We find out later that, like, after he takes his mask off, she's like, "I'm sorry." So I was thinking to myself, okay, either I missed something or she knows who he is. And that's when we start finding out the reason why he did all this shit. She ruined this guy's fucking life. Like you wouldn't believe. This guy, and Corey, I feel so fucking bad for him. As sick as it is to say, this guy was just a regular game show host doing his thing. And then he found out that it was Anita's birthday. So he came, like, after like these weird allegations happened, he came out and he got her a cake because he knew it's her birthday. And he puts the cake down, and one of the people that Anita's sitting with, she's like, "Get away from her. You're making her feel uncomfortable." And he's like, he just put his hands on her shoulder just to kind of like say, "Oh, you're family here. You're one of us." Harmless. But that's how it happens, man.
Yeah, but you can't do that.
Not anymore.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing it at all. But like,
yeah,
I didn't realize until you just said that the cake part, like he gives her the cake, he does it again at the end.
Oh, he does.
I completely spaced it until just now.
Really?
And he kind of came full circle.
Yeah, it came full circle, and man, was it bad at the end. Oh,
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet, but let's just say one of our favorite things happened. So yeah, he gets accused of sexual harassment by Anita. And the reason why she accused him of that is because she was told that if she does that, she gets paid just kind of hush money. And then she has to leave her job, obviously. So she gets paid. She used that money to help her mom, lost the job at the studio. But because of that, the host, or Barry, his name's Barry, his life spiraled. He lost his family, he lost his job, he lost his friends, all this stuff. So Anita was pivotal in destroying this guy's life just to help her mom, which if her mom knew that she was pulling that shit, I can guarantee you she'd be like, don't do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So Anita was kind of a pretty shitty person. Let's be honest. I mean, just ruining someone's life like that. And that's where I feel bad a little bit for the killer or the host.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't know if I feel bad for him because he shouldn't have done what he did.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he's perfect. He's done some stuff they probably shouldn't have done. But then she actually did it and lied about it.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
yeah, that's the part that. Okay.
That's the part, is that the false allegations. If the other allegations were real, then he's a shitty person. But the ones that are false and like his whole life gets ruined over it, that's what's shitty. And that's where you like kind of empathize with him in that case. Other than that, sexual harassment, not cool, not a good thing, but got to be careful with that shit these days. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't know.
Right.
Yeah. Because like we saw in the movie, he touched her shoulders just to kind of say, it's your birthday type deal. And it led to that. If anything, if he didn't do that one thing, who's to say that maybe none of this would have happened?
So what was the time span here? Because obviously he was trying to sell her braid her birthday at the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was her birthday again at the end of this movie, right?
Yeah.
So was this like a year apart?
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like it might have been a little longer because you remember how he looked when he was in the studio? He had like
poofy
brown
hair,
hair,
big hair, yeah.
Yeah, big hair, brown beard, all this stuff. And then when you see him again later on, he's like disheveled, white beard, balding, all that stuff. So he looks like shit. But also, he probably could have worn a wig.
Yeah.
Being on TV. They do that. Actors, actresses, like TV stars, whatever, they all do it. So it's possible he had a wig when he was on TV. But yeah, I feel like this could have been maybe a year, maybe 2 years, maybe even a little longer. Maybe he was just biding his time.
Definitely some kind of time passed, I think.
For sure. Unless he was so stressed over this whole thing that he just, like his body just said, nope, going to make you gray and stressed looking. And that's when he started cutting his face up for all the people that he's killed. You noticed that, right?
Yeah, he was like kind of a tally system.
Yeah, it was a tally system on his face. That's fucking wild.
Yeah, when he first took his mask off after he killed, who was the first person? Was it technically Melissa?
Melissa was the first to go.
Yeah, when he took his mask off and he pulls out a razor blade and he cuts a line in his face, I'm like, he is a sick fuck now. He's marking off his face and he's got several scars. So, he's been doing this for a while.
Yes, he's been fucking busy. That's for sure. Melissa, man, she got it so fucking bad.
And it was drawn out.
Oh my God.
With the hydraulic press. So he lowers the hydraulic press, right? And the point of it is just sitting on the top of her head.
Yep.
And you see the blood just dripping down her face.
Yep. Just a little cut in the head. And then he just presses the button again and just slowly you see the hydraulic press just pushing into her brain and her face splitting.
I love the practical effects here.
Yes. I was just going to say the practical effects were awesome on this part. It looked believable. It didn't look like any bad CGI or anything like that. It looked like, what's the name of that movie that we reviewed? The one where it's the killers and it's first person. It's like
In a Violent Nature.
Yes, In a Violent Nature. Do you remember the scene where they used the log cutter and it was so fucking realistic looking and really drawn out? Like the guy couldn't do anything because he was paralyzed.
I do remember that, but now that you say it, but whenever someone mentions that movie, the only kill that comes to my mind is the yoga kill.
Yeah, which is epic in fashion.
Yeah.
So that kill, though, might have been my favorite. I know the yoga kill was incredible. The log splitter kill, it's a log splitter, actually, not a log cutter. A log splitter, the guy's just laying there and you see him blinking and he's like breathing. And then all of a sudden you see the log splitter just go through his head or go through his neck and cut his head off.
And it's slow.
And it's slow. It's very slow to the point where I'm like, that looked way too realistic. Way too realistic. I was like, this guy's still blinking as it's happening. So amazing practical effects in that movie. Same thing happened here. The girl was still like awake and blinking and whatever. And then we see the head fucking split in half. Amazing part. Amazing. And this girl got it pretty bad though. Let me tell you.
Deserved it.
Not just that. Yeah, because she's fucking doing the dogfighting shit. Fuck her. So not just that, but
everyone that's doing dogfighting deserves to have their head split open like that.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'd say so. It's a pretty shitty thing to do because those dogs are just thrown into that situation and they have no say whatsoever. They're trained to be fucking killers. They're not trained to be best friend. They're trained to just be like, okay, we're going to throw you in this ring and you're going to kill that dog. That's all you're going to do. That's your life. And they can't live a life after that. You can't reprogram them. There's no way, because at this point you've programmed them probably from like them being puppies all the way up till God knows what age, and it's all they know. Those people are shitty. They're shitty people. But what I was going to get at was the goggles thing that she was wearing.
I knew this whole scene. I could tell, like I could feel your pain while I was watching it.
Oh my God.
Steve hates eye stuff. If you've never heard any of our previous episodes, and they targeted Steve in this scene.
Oh my God. Like you wouldn't believe, Corey. Oh my God. So
were you cowering into your couch?
Oh, I was like, actually, I cringed like, dude, so bad. I cringed so bad.
Yeah, because you know it's coming. You can, they keep doing these, like, what are those things called? Those goggle things. You know, you put them on your face and you have that little lever on the side and you push it up, down, and it like changes pictures. You had them when we were kids.
Yeah, we had them. I know what you're talking about.
I don't know what the name of it is, but for the listeners, just picture these.
Yeah, just picture that, but it's like kind of a bigger version, bigger block type version. And I knew it right away. As soon as you put her eyes in there, I'm like, oh God, there's something going straight into her eyes. I can already see this coming. And you see like her hit the switch and a hole opens up and a needle slightly sliding out. I'm like, no. And so she had to keep guessing all of these locations and she was getting them all. And it just kept getting closer and closer. And then she lost on one of them and didn't win that game. And we don't know what would have happened. Something would have happened to her. And Anita's like, please let her try again. And she tries again, gets it right. Needle in the eye. Oh my God. So if she didn't try again, she wouldn't have gotten a needle in the eye. Something else may have happened, but oh God, I couldn't imagine that happening to me.
Do you think she could see the needle?
That's a good question. I don't think so. I think she was so focused on the images of like the locations.
Yeah, but if you're looking into a contraption like that, can you see the needle? Or is it so small that your eyes just don't see it?
See, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's so skinny and small that your eyes aren't seeing it. Maybe it's in like a certain spot of your eye, like straight on. So you're seeing like past it and looking at the images. And that's when the needle comes through straight into the eye. Ugh. Rough. Absolutely rough. And yeah, not a fan. I was not a fan of that.
I love when you're not a fan of something. It makes me happy.
Yeah, I know, you bastard.
Yeah, that's why we do this, to make each other uncomfortable, right?
Exactly. And I'm still working on it for you. Like,
good luck, pal.
Yeah. Well, I'll find a way. I'm trying.
You're trying to figure out what makes me tick?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I feel like I should by now, but no, not yet.
Let's talk about the tongue biting. I think we're up to that point. Oh,
yes, we are up to the tongue biting. Yeah, so then let's go into this one part.
This was fucking gross, too.
Yeah, the tongue biting. Oh, God. It was so fucking gross.
And it looked so good.
It really did. That's the problem. It was so gross because it looked so good. It was believable looking. It's not like a fucking fake head that you find at Spirit Halloween or whatever. This was some realistic looking shit. And what he did was he cut the head off his attorney who just kept paying people out. And so like he had this attorney's head for God knows how long, by the way.
I love the little backstory here that they did before that, though. You know, his attorney trying to get him out of all the shit he got into.
Yep.
And then literally fast forward a minute or two and he's got his head and you knew exactly who it was.
Oh, yeah. Ugh, I knew right away, too. I'm like, oh, geez, that's the fucking attorney. And so he's shoving it in Anita's face at this point, and Anita is forced to basically tongue fuck this.
Oh, I didn't think you were going there.
Tongue fuck the head of this lawyer. Oh, yeah. So it's fucking gross, dude. And she's just, his dead tongue is in her mouth and all this stuff. And,
it was like she was chewing on a piece of beef jerky.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And there's just blood squirting everywhere and like, black, like, you know, that when you get a real deep cut, it's that like really dark blood.
Yeah. And at that point, it's probably coagulated blood.
Coagulated blood. And then she eventually gnaws the tongue all the way off and it's all over her face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's a fucking mess. There's blood all over her, like black blood all over her. So this is when she ends up getting knocked out by the host via the, they all had like a dog collar on. It wasn't a dog collar, you know, like electric shock collar attached to like the chain deal.
Yeah, because he would control them with the electricity, and he also had a thing that like pulled them closer to, like pulled the chain and pulled them closer to the wall.
Right, exactly. But what we didn't talk about is somehow James got free of that. But then obviously the host used that trigger or like the button that he was carrying around to do the electroshock and shocked James, Anita, and Matthew. And what happened was he put Matthew and James on tables. And this is a Saw type deal, by the way.
Yeah.
So he put keys in the bodies. Oh, God, yeah. In the bodies of both Matthew and James. And the goal here is for Anita to go in and get the keys out of one of their stomachs. So she had to pick who she wants to cut open. And you see her really kind of going back and forth, trying to decide. And she starts going to Matthew. I'm like, oh, fucking get that nice guy. You know, God, you know, some guys, they're like, oh, nice guys finish last. And really, they have ulterior motives. And Matthew clearly liked Anita, which is, okay, that's fine. I get it. But at least James was true to his douchebag self. Like, hey, fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go right to him. I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah. So she ended up going to James instead and cut the kid's stomach open, started fucking feeling around in there and grabbed the keys. Naturally, the keys didn't work at all. So completely pointless. So yeah, and the next game now is Last Man Standing. So now we have Anita and Matthew left. Matthew decides to sacrifice himself and cut his own throat.
I didn't see that coming.
I didn't either. What I saw coming was Matthew being like, Anita, I love you, but I have to kill you.
So yeah, because the whole point of the game, last man standing.
Yes.
Like you thought they were going to duke it out, fight to the death kind of thing, and then he's just like, nah, peace, I'm out.
He's like deuces and just quit, just ended his life.
And I love this part too, because you think right at this moment that it's all over. Anita's going to get out, or Nita, whatever her name is.
Anita.
She's going to get out, right? Nope.
Yep. Hard no.
It ain't over yet.
That ain't
pal.
happening. Nope. Not today, pal. So, God, it's so bad because she gets knocked out by some sort of gas, wakes up, and then she's like all by herself. Matthew and James their bodies are gone. The room's clean, and now she's just able to kind of walk around and do her own thing. She sees all the videotapes that he created and sees all the photos of the people that he's abducted and killed, and she's obviously seeing that she knows all of them. So now, like, she's walking by him, and he wants to play the final game of pick your price. Just pull a string, pick your price.
Similar to what they did in the beginning.
Yes. And obviously, in one of those boxes is a shotgun. Well, that's what it was in the beginning. Like, in one of the boxes was a shotgun. So she's sitting down and she's like, no, because there's going to be a weapon in one of those and you're just going to kill me and it doesn't even matter. And she's trying to say to him, like, I can save you. I can take back what I said so you can get your job back, all that stuff. And obviously, it's not going to happen at this point. This dude's face is carved up. What makes you think he's going to go on TV?
Mm-hmm.
No,
hey, makeup.
Happening. Makeup. Oh, yeah. Well, makeup. Like fucking putty all over his face, all that good stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? So she ends up picking a box and it's just a cake. So she wins, right? Naturally, she attacks him, manages to get away, and then back to the shock collar again.
It's like she didn't see it before. You know,
Yeah.
she was standing right there where this dude got shocked, and she's still got one wrapped around her neck, but she tries to run away anyway.
So ridiculous. She did make it outside, but this shock collar took it down, and he just dragged her ass back in. And he's trying to put her face in the cake, and she's like, no, there's probably a weapon in there. I'm not fucking doing it. And then eventually he just forces her face into it. And man, this is brutal.
Was it
This
like
is so fucking
acid or
brutal.
something in the frosting?
I think so, because she went blind and her face was falling off. It was so gnarly, man. Yeah, I don't want to give away too much more.
Yeah, I'm
We
good.
already gave away a bunch. But that's the whole point of the spoiler alert at the beginning of this podcast is that, hey, we're going to talk about some of this crazy shit that's happening. But you know what? We're already there. I already spoiled a bunch of shit. Basically, the bad guy won.
Yep.
And Corey and I love when the bad guys win in movies. And that was fucking great. So I think we can just get into it. Corey, what do you give your host?
Obvious 5 out of 5.
Yep.
The film builds an incredible sense of dread that never lets up, paired with a haunting score and amazing sets that really elevate the atmosphere. I also appreciated that it didn't rely on a happy ending. It gave us a dark ending, and it felt fitting and powerful, which is exactly the kind of storytelling that you and I really love.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, the storytelling in this was great. I was engaged the whole time. I love this movie. Basically, gonna go the same way. Yeah, it was great. Gonna go with a 5 out of 5 on this one as well. Jackie Earle Haley was mesmerizing as Barry in this, and at times you almost felt bad for him because of the false allegations. Other than that, I mean, you don't have to feel bad for him because he's kind of a dick. His life was ruined over these false allegations, though, by someone he was just trying to be nice to, but obviously did it the wrong way. And she just used that money to save her mom, which I get. I mean, you want to do whatever you can to save your parents, but at the expense of someone else basically losing their life. And that's what happened. And that's why he did this whole friggin' thing. The practical effects in this were great and over the top, which I loved. I also loved the score. I thought the score went really well from scene to scene, and also the acting was believable. Your Host had its world premiere on August 22nd at Fright Fest in London. A U.S. release date hasn't been confirmed yet. We, however, were fortunate to receive an early review copy of the movie, which was fucking great. Since you're hearing this on August 25th, audiences at Fright Fest have already experienced it. I'm thinking that they're going to love this because I know we loved it. So when it's out, definitely be sure to check it out. All right, everyone, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and YouTube. Leave us a 5-star review on all podcast platforms so we can get some more exposure. Of course, tell your friends. Both our intro and outro music are courtesy of Andrew Scott Bell. Be sure to check out Andrew on all major streaming platforms. And if you see Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey on vinyl in the wild, be sure to pick it up. We're also part of the Shining Wizards Network. Be sure to visit shiningwizardsnetwork.com. They're an awesome podcast network ranging from wrestling to heavy metal, horror, all that good stuff. So check that out. Visit 30screamsorless.com for all previous episodes and transcripts to go with those episodes. Also, check out beardoctane.com for their whole line of grooming supplies. And be sure to use the code 30screams10 at checkout for 10% off your order. And if there's anything you want us to review, send an email to 30screamsorless@gmail.com or hit us up on social media. Use hashtag 30screamsorless. And also, we have some awesome merch for sale on our website, so definitely check that out. If you go to our website, at the very top, there's a shop link. Click that link, and you'll see all sorts of shirts, hats, mugs, things like that. If you buy it, it helps going towards our hosting costs. I'm Steve.
I'm Corey.
And thanks for listening to 30 Screams or Less. And don't forget to drink your beans.